It's a bad day. It's a sad day. You don't even need me to tell you that. When the Red Sox get shut out for the first time this season, it's not a good thing. So we're not going to talk about that today. Well, we are. We're going to recap the game at the end of the video. But today, I want to focus on the MLB Draft. But I want to get a pulse from you guys. Do you want more videos surrounding the 2025 MLB Draft? MLB Pipeline just released their new mock draft, so I'm going to break down who they had the Red Sox taking. But you let me know. If you want to see more MLB Draft videos before the draft later this summer, go ahead and like today's video. If you like the video, I know you'll want to see more. Welcome into this edition of the Red Sox Rundown. I am your host, Jack Lauderay. Bad game yesterday. I don't even really want to talk about it, but we will at the end of the video. But today I wanted to talk about MLB Pipeline's newest mock draft, and they had who they had the Red Sox selecting, a little bit about this person's background. What do I think of the pick? Do I like the pick? Do I not like the pick? And then we will recap the game at the very end. So without further ado, let's just kind of get into it. I wanted to talk about this. I've been wanting to do more draft stuff because last year I covered the MLB Draft in its entirety, and I'll be doing the same thing this year as well. But I do kind of want to do it from a Red Sox perspective. And so I'm very excited to talk about this today. So MLB Pipeline, Jim Callis of MLB.com put out a new mock draft. And he had the Red Sox selecting prep infield prospect Gavin Fien with their pick in the first round. Now, this is what Callis had to say about the pick. He said, the Red Sox wouldn't mind a shot at Witherspoon, though he's getting increasingly unlikely with how well he's pitched down the stretch. Fien fits the mold of high school hitters Boston takes, while fellow prep third baseman Xavier Neyens and several of the college bats could slide in here. So basically what he's saying is the Red Sox are probably more likely to take a bat with this selection. And it makes sense. The last time they took a pitcher in the first round of the MLB Draft was Tanner Houck. They have a kind of reputation at this point of using their first round pick on a bat. They did with Braden Montgomery last year as well. I remember when I was covering the draft, I was very angry with that pick, but then it ended up, he was part of the package for Garrett Crochet. But Callis thinks that they're going to do the same thing this round. If they have the shot, I'm sorry, I want to make sure I get the name right. If they have a shot at, let me get it right. If they have a shot at Kyson Witherspoon, the right-handed pitcher from Oklahoma, if he's available, they might make that pick. And I would love that. But he is currently projected as the number 8 prospect in MLB Pipeline, and with the way he's been pitching, doesn't seem like he's going to be on the board. So Callis thinks that they're probably going to go position player at this spot, and it makes perfect sense. I'm going to give you the full scouting report on Gavin Fiend here in a second, but you let me know. What type of player should the Red Sox pursue? Should they pursue a college player? If you think they should be a player from college, type C. Or do you think they should be a player out of high school, a prep player, type P? Let me know down below in the comment section. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's video. So what's going to happen here is YouTube's going to put an ad break here. Let the ad play. Don't skip through the ad. While the ad is playing, go down and answer the question. C for college, P for prep. What type of player should the Red Sox go after in this draft? I think this is a very interesting thought from Callis. So here's everything you need to know about Gavin Fiend. He is from Great Oak High School in Temecula, California. We've got California roots. This is not something that the Red Sox have steered clear of. He is a third base prospect who is the number 26 prospect right now, according to MLB Pipeline. His brother is Dylan Fien, who was a catcher drafted in the 7th round of last year's draft by the Sacramento A's. Some evaluators think that he could potentially be the best prep hitter in this class. There are other prep hitters ahead of him in MLB Pipeline, but there is a lot of really intriguing upside around Fien. He has yet to fully grow into his body. He has really great tools across the board, but as he continues to grow and as he continues to fill out his frame, there is a potential to unlock even more power and even more, just power in general as part of, again, growing into his frame. The grades right now from MLB, he's got a 50 grade hit tool, 50 grade power tool, 50 grade run, 55 grade arm, and a 50 grade field. Overall, a 50 graded player, which is good. That's a solid player, and especially as a prep player who is going to take time to mature and grow, I like the potential here. He had a very, very productive summer last year in the prep circuit. That's how his name was able to grow and get a lot of recognition. He's had a little bit of a regression in terms of production this spring, but the traits are still there and the potential and upside are still there to make him a first half of the draft rated prospect. And I like his stuff. I think that he could be a really interesting prospect that the Red Sox could bring in, nurture, continue to get better. We know the Red Sox are really good in terms of developing position players. They have done that for decades now. And if you bring in a player like this that has really high upsides, has yet to unlock all of that upsides due to not fully growing into his frame yet, being a high school player, if you get him in the right system, you develop him properly, he could be a really, really good player down the line for the Red Sox. Billy Mock of Talk Sox, a website that puts out a bunch of great articles. You guys should check him out if you have not already. He had his scouting report on Gavin Fien, and this is what he had to say about the prospect. He said, the Texas commit possesses raw power that rivals Ethan Holliday, who is another prep batter. You know him as Matt Olson and in the Jackson Holiday family, who is like the number one prospect in the entire class this year. He possesses raw power that rivals Holiday's power for the best power in the prep class. And on top of that, he pairs it with a fairly polished hit tool that should help him unlock more power as he grows into his 6'2" frame. He has been more known as a line drive hitter to this point in his career, but the potential to see some serious in-game power as he learns to lift the ball more and optimize his pitch selection. So could he be the next Rafael Devers, the third baseman that has a relatively solid fielding tool that has the potential to unlock a lot of power? It's very, very intriguing. I like taking the chance. Look, college players are more ready. They're more pro-ready right now. And I mean, I'm going to be honest. Do you need that? Do you need that right now? Because assuming Bregman opts into his contract next year, which it seems more likely now because of the injury, assuming that happens, and you've got Christian Campbell and Marcelo Meyer in your infield as well, you've got a very solid core of an infield for the next, however long Bregman's gone, that's beside the point, but middle infield for the next decade. So I don't think you need to go after a college bat right away because your outfield is settled as of right now, and it will be. Your infield is pretty good over the next decade as well. There's some concern about third base and first base, the corner infielders, but a majority of your lineup is really, really solid. I'm not talking about current day lineup. I'm talking about projecting out over the next few years. So I don't know if you need to go after a college bat. College pitcher, again, they said if Witherspoon's available, that's an interesting thought, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. If there's no good college pitching prospects available, I think prep hitter's your next best choice. And to get a potential steal like Gavin Fien in the mid-round of round one, I like taking the chance. But that's just me. We're going to move on to the game here in a second, but I want to just get a gauge. Like I said, I already asked at the beginning of the video if you want more draft videos, like the video, but just let me know, what's your interest level in the MLB draft? It's probably the least covered draft of all the major sports drafts, but I'm still going to cover it this year for both our main Chat Sports channel and for here at the Red Sox Rundown. So you let me know. Scale of 1 to 10, 1 being I could care less, I don't follow it at all, I don't care. 10 being I am an absolute MLB draft nut. I love scouting prospects and going through scouting reports and all of that. You let me know down below in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts. That'll help me gauge more of if you want more, MLB draft content, because I really like doing it. So I want to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. We're going to talk about the game here in a second, but, we're growing the channel here, guys, and I really appreciate it. The growth on the channel over the last month has been awesome. It's put this channel on the radar with a lot of my fellow chat sports employees. I've been getting really great feedback from them, and that's all thanks to you guys. But we are never satisfied here. We just got over the 2,000 subscriber mark. The next mark is 3,000. We're here through the good and the bad, through the wins and the losses. We're always going to be here. We're doing MLB Draft coverage, trade rumors, recaps of every single game. If you love the Red Sox, this is the channel for you. Hit that subscribe button, join the family, don't miss out. I promise you will not regret it. Okay, let's talk about it. Red Sox lose 5-0 to the Atlanta Braves. First time the Red Sox have been shut out this season, which was a shocking stat to me still. It was just absolutely crazy. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. And I say that every time and then I go on rants, but I am, because there's really not much to talk about today. There really isn't. I said it in my short, which went out last night. This was a really boring game. This game flew by. I think game time was just over 2 hours. Like, the 2 hours and 16 minutes. Like, the game flew by, and the reason why is because the Red Sox did absolutely nothing offensively. We'll talk about the offense in a second, but Walker Buehler looked bad today. He just did. 5 2/3, 10 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 Ks, 2 home runs. The Austin Riley home run, I literally like let out an audible scream because he throws a pitch inside Austin Riley, who absolutely yanks it down the left field line, and it just barely goes foul. What does Walker Buehler do the next pitch? Throw a ball basically in the same place, and Riley didn't miss it that time because he's a good major league hitter, and he took him deep to left field. I let out an audible scream. I'm like, what are you doing, Walker? What are you doing? He didn't look good today. Gave up the home run to Ronald Acuna Jr., who's on an absolute tear since he's gotten back from injury, so he can't, it is what it is. But I'm going to make this point, though, real quick. People are going to come after Cora. My dad already has, over text message, has already come after Cora for saying this is Cora not pulling his starting pitchers too early. If he would have pulled Walker Buehler after the Acuna home run, he would have gone 3 2/3 innings. Like, you can't have that happen when you desperately need your bullpen to rest. Because your bullpen has been so taxed over the past few weeks with no off days. Buehler had to nut up and get some outs, and he did. After the Acuna home run, he went another 2 innings, which was incredibly valuable for this bullpen because today you only used 2 relievers. You used Brennan Bernardino for a third of an inning, and then Nick Birdie went 2 innings of perfect ball. So, I get getting mad at Cora, but you've got to think of the bigger picture here. The offense wasn't doing anything anyway. So, you're like, my dad's point is, oh, well, he didn't pull him, and then now it's 5-0. Okay, well, but the offense didn't score anything. So it's not like the offense scored 3 runs and then he gives up 5. The offense did nothing today. So I'm not blaming this on Cora at all. Walker Buehler didn't throw well. You needed him to go 6 innings today to protect the bullpen, and he basically did that. He went 5 2/3, but he basically went 6. After he gave up those 2 home runs, he went out and pitched 2 more innings of pretty much almost perfect ball. So you can get mad at Cora all you want, but that was actually a good decision at that point. That game was already lost when it was 3-0. The Red Sox offense was not doing anything yesterday. So people are going this is the difference between knowing ball and not. People are going to blame Cora for this loss. It's not on Cora, it's on Walker Buehler not throwing the ball well. He needed to go 5 or 6, and he did. At what cost? But it doesn't matter because your offense didn't do anything today. So, that is what it is. But, the main story of the day, again, is the offense. 5 hits, 14 Ks. No walks, no RBIs, no runs, no nothing. You didn't do anything today. I mean, Wilyer Abreu, Carlos Narvaez, Marcelo Meyer, Abraham Toro, Rafael all had a hit. Other than that, no one did anything. Jarren Duran went 0 for 4. Didn't strike out, but just went 0 for 4. Rafael Devers went 0 for 4 with 2 Ks. Trevor Story 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. You thought now he did smoke a ball his first at bat, which I think was a home run in like 7 parks. It was just a great play by Michael Harris. But at the same time, 0 for 3, 2 Ks. Christian Campbell, 0 for 3 with 3 Ks, has looked atrocious as of late. This game is on the offense. You can blame Walker Buehler. He pitched a bad game. He did. Yes, he did. You can't blame you cannot blame Alex Cora for this loss. Your offense didn't do anything. I don't know what it's going to take for this team to just figure it out. I don't think they are. Craig Breslow spoke yesterday, and he was like, look, we're just not playing good enough. Okay, that's great. I'm glad you noticed that now. What are you going to do to fix it? Because how long are we going to sit here over the last 4 years of watching 500 baseball? How long are we going to sit here and just let them say, you know what, we're not playing good ball? At what point are we like, okay, well, are you going to fix it? Like, Red Sox fans are not content with you just like acknowledging it. You need to fix it. And as we've seen, they aren't. But at the end of the day, momentum, this is from Tony Maz of 98.5 The Sports Hub. Momentum's only as good as your next starting pitcher. And if your next starting pitcher's not going to respond, then any momentum you had for the night before is absolutely cooked. And that happened today. Or yesterday, excuse me. That happened yesterday. Garrett Crochet on the mound today, not Spencer Strider. I was very much looking forward to it. Originally, it was Spencer Strider. I saw it on the MLB app. It was going to be Spencer Strider versus Garrett Crochet. Strider got pulled for some reason. I don't know what it is, but it's not. It's going to be Garrett Crochet on the mound. Do the Red Sox win the series? Y for yes, N for no. I'm keeping it simple. Do the Red Sox win the series? I sure hope so. They're 6-6 in Crochet starts, which should not happen. That is not anything on Crochet. That is strictly on the offense. The offense has given Garrett Crochet no run support this year at all. But you let me know. Do they win? Y for yes, N for no. That's where we're going to end it today, guys. I appreciate you so much for taking the time to watch the video. Let me know what you think of the draft videos. Do you want more of them? Do you want me to do breakdowns of potential prospects that the Red Sox could be looking at? I want to hear your thoughts because I want to. But I'm not going to do it if you don't want me to. So you let me know. Give me some feedback on the draft stuff. Do you want more draft stuff? And we'll do it if you want me to do it. Make sure you subscribe. Let's get to 3,000 subscribers as soon as possible. Hopefully they win today and finish out on a dub. And until next time, go Sox.